Right, so this was our second practical of us coaching a session. This was scenario based, so the lecturer gave us a scenario. The scenario I had was an elite level rugby union women's team looking to wear plyometrics. So plyometrics improves speed and power. So I had them doing a reactive exercise. So they'd be working for 1 minute just to replicate the progressive overload of how they might have to react for a sustained period of time, especially when defending certain areas of the field. Probably they're on trial and being the main one, or they're at 22, where the opponent's less likely to kick downfield for territory. Um, so this replicates really nicely with into sport because obviously when the opponent has the ball, you've got decisions to make when to come in and tackle, when to stay out. It's very command style again. I think for like plyometrics, it is quite good to have this command style just due to like the intense nature of it. So it was timed, which is good, which is learning a lesson from the last one. So I had the stopwatch on hand, so I was making sure that it was properly timed. Um, However, there were complexities in this, so the lecturer gave certain athletes certain personality traits, certain things they had to do, and this really sort of was quite hard to deal with, um, especially as someone who hasn't got the greatest experience of coaching, obviously quite limited. Um, Obviously, it replicates the complexity of human behaviour, and it does really highlight some of the issues we might have to deal with within the field. Not every athlete is going to come in, do the work, be real happy, um, and it was just a real eye opener. I think in terms of the exercise chosen, the exercise chosen was good. Obviously, for the aforementioned reasons of replicable to sport, we get a progressive overloading. Um, I think um, I think when like certain issues arise, I tried using humour and like that kind of banter between myself and the athletes to keep this good coach athlete relationship, keep like a really good feel factor within the camp. Um, I probably should have started to adapt my teaching style slightly, just try and get the group back in check. Obviously, it's quite difficult when it's a new concept to you. When I reflected after the session, I've thought of a number of things what I could have done better, um, especially in terms of how like my professionalism probably dropped slightly to try and keep this coach athlete relationship, and that's probably hindered my performance as a coach within the session. Um, it's just uh, obviously studies have suggested that like our reflection is the key to our progress, and I really believe that this was a really good session to reflect on. Um, just really highlighted some of my weaknesses as a coach. I needed to adapt quicker. To just I needed to adapt quicker. I needed to take control of the situation better. I came away from the coaching in theory. I probably came away from my own philosophies, and my philosophies direct my coaching behaviour. And obviously, consistent coaching behaviour correlates with good results. So um, it's just it's just about personal growth. I think this is why in my future development I touched upon working with different people, different teams, because obviously everyone's going to have slightly different behaviours, different complexities of personalities. Um, and I think one of the things what I didn't adapt to was I've come from a rugby background with male, sorry. Obviously, with this being female and being a male coach, this can present some issues. I probably didn't deal with them as best I could have done, which when I need to reflect on that, I really need to keep it on. I really need to improve on that aspect. But it was it was a really good session to be part of, um, and I believe that as a coach to improve, we need these sessions. Obviously, with a pandemic, it means our coaching experience has been limited. So just having this So just having this session is is just paramount to our progression, really. I think when I strip back to um, my theory and my philosophies, like I said, I came away from them, and that's not good as a coach. Yeah, so could I improve this session? I could get I could get more of the group involved. There's quite a lot of people stood about, which is probably not good. Um, so I could have got one of the athletes to work, one of the athletes to rest, and I could have split them up into smaller groups. And I could have gone round, looked at how they move. Obviously, that's when I start analysing people. Have they got mobility issues, any imbalances, and stuff such as that. So there's a fair bit to go away and work on, but it was a good session. Yeah, really eye opening.